Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Real Housewives of prison, Real Housewives of the penitentiary. We are, recording this from the pile of 40 credit cards and debit cards that allegedly Wendy and Eddie Osefo have got themselves into, allegedly using aliases as Pam Oliver and aliases as Eddie Hennessy. So none of the less, you guys, this goes viral, right? This goes viral, and, the Osefos are going to hit back via their legal team, but I told y'all that Wendy and Happy Eddie going to BravoCon was a huge faux pas, was a huge mistake, was a huge no-no, because it was basically giving a middle finger to the state of Maryland. The state of Maryland. It was giving a middle finger to the allegations. It was giving a middle finger to the arrest. Listen, when that police department did that press conference and basically said without saying, we're going to make an example out of you. This doesn't happen in our town. This doesn't happen in our county. I would have put my head down and shut the bleep up and said nothing until these court dates, and let my attorneys do what they needed to do. But the problem is, right, this is going on during an active season currently airing on the show, on the network of Bravo, right? And then remember, they pulled the wife swap episode, right? They pulled that episode due to the arrest and everything else. Then they brought it back, right? And then it seemed like, okay, we're going to make it do what it do, right? And, don't believe everything you read and don't believe everything you hear. And we're going to prove our innocence in this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's making it seem as though like this is fake news. This is fake news. They got it all wrong. All of this, all of that. And then you get on that panel, Wendy, at BravoCon and say, as of now, these are allegations. I can't really speak on anything, but these are just allegations. No. So then, you guys, they said, bet. They said, oh, so you just think these are allegations? Okay, bet. We are going to start releasing stuff that we got on you, that we've seized your accounts, that we have access to your bank accounts, your bank statements, all of your social media platforms, anytime you post, anytime you do X, Y, and Z. We are everywhere. Big Brother is everywhere, seeing everything you doing out here. And nonetheless, we're gonna drop a little tea. We're gonna drop a little bit on what we got on you, right? And then we're going to come back again and say again what else we got on you. Like allegedly these 40 credit cards. Like allegedly these aliases that you're using, right? But this blew up, right? This blew up, and this was too much. This was too far that the Osefo's attorney had to step in as they amount through the pile of credit cards, you guys. So let's look at the joint statement as I am going to read it out loud to y'all. So it says the following. It says, joint statement from the Osefo legal team. At the onset, police failed to properly investigate the initial burglary despite clear indications of a break-in. But where was the burglars is what I want to know. Does anybody know where the burglars are? don't know where they are. So nonetheless, displaying a clear bias against the Asefo family. The Asefos heard nothing but silence from police for over 18 months despite complete cooperation and requests for updates. It is common knowledge that other Real Housewives cast members also have been victimized after documenting their travel on social media, yet none face this level of scrutiny or criminal charges. See, here's the problem too. I don't like this whataboutism that's about to take place and, oh, you're just trying to do X, Y, and Z. Listen, especially in these court systems and everything else, you're not getting a get out of jail free card just because you're on TV. And we're not going to do this thing where we're going to play the whataboutism game. You don't have the complexion for protection. What is not computing? So let's go, right? And so then it says, we believe it is deeply unjust for the Sheriff's Office and the Office of the State's Attorney for Carroll County to publicly expose confidential financial information about Eddie and Wendy Asefo. What is most disturbing is that the state appears to have begun investigating only after charging the Asefos, which is highly irregular approach that raises serious concerns about motive and fairness. The public releases of the family's private financial details serves no lawful purpose and only invites conclusory opinions about a case the state obviously is still investigating. The Asefos have never used an alias on any financial application. This allegation is false and misleading. Such names, though, were used for the delivery of packages. So wait a second. Whoa. So they never used an alias on any financial application. This allegation is false and misleading. Such names were used for the delivery of packages following their lawful purchases to safeguard the identity of very public figures. It is ironic for the state to assert or exaggerate the existence of any purported debt in connection with this accomplished professional couple. Due process is paramount to the administration of justice, and its breach by misleading the public with a false narrative that has only compounded the harm. The defense is confident the court will prevent any further violation of the Asefos' right to a fair trial. Legal team for the Asefo family: Jeremy Eldridge, Clarissa Lindsay, Joseph Murtha, Eldridge, Crandall, Rice, Murtha, Soros, trial lawyers. And this was posted via Wendy Asefo's Instagram stories as well as Eddie Asefo's Instagram stories and so on and so forth, you guys. Here's my thing, right? So I feel like ultimately if like I said, the tone was set from jump as far as how this case was going to go. And pretty much it sounded like to me they were going to do everything in their power to make an example of the Asefos. So if that is the tone being set, I would keep my mouth shut. I would try to do everything by the book. Heck, I would even try a plea deal at this point, right? But none of the less, a lot of the evidence that has come out that is associated with this case has been very damaging against the Asefos. It does not make Wendy look good. It does not make Eddie look good. So you're confirming you didn't allegedly use these aliases on any financial application, but you are confirming that these aliases are being used in some capacity. No. I didn't see a denial about the 40 debit cards / credit cards either, you guys. So nonetheless, now we're playing a game of semantics. Well, technically I did this, but I didn't do it this way. This is misleading because of X, Y, and Z, right? But none of the less, it's not flat out saying that what has been presented to the public is false. And it also is basically saying that it's not, a lie as far as what the financial situation is of the Asefos. They're just mad that the public is aware of this and that it's all coming out before any official, hearings have come out, before any official trial has come out and anything else. That they don't like how this is being handled. But my thing is the way that y'all have been so smug and have been so arrogant about this and making it seem that this is all a farce. you're basically giving them the middle finger. You're basically telling them, I don't give a bleep what you say or do. I'm going to play this on the offense. And so they're like, fine. Well, we're going to defend ourselves and start releasing to the public what we got. But none of the less, I do not believe Wendy should have ever went to BravoCon. I do not know why the hearing in November was rescheduled to December, but nonetheless, y'all gotta have y'all day in court very soon. Y'all gonna have y'all day in court in a couple of weeks, and it is going to be going down as far as I'm concerned. But the comparison Olympics, I don't know what we're trying to achieve, because at this point I feel as though if we want to just keep it even in the realm of Real Housewives of Potomac, and we want to just keep it in the realm of that, of the arrest and what has been leaked out and what the coverage is, I feel like it's been the same thing. I feel like all the tea's been coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe some of it got suppressed initially, as it did with Karen Hilger, but eventually everything came out. Like the that disastrous interview she did, the body cam footage, this being her 4th DUI, her being offered a plea deal and not, and declining it and wanting this to go to trial because she really thought that she was going to get off. Like, I feel like all of these housewives have gotten a due process. Like, even Jen Shaw was adamant that she was innocent. She was even telling Andy Cohen that she was innocent, that she did not do what she was being accused of. And then ultimately, in the 11th hour, she ultimately had to plead guilty, ultimately, had to spill some tea, had to snitch on some things and everything else, and take her behind to jail. So I feel as though, either y'all should have just kept quiet and let this stuff play out in the court. But I feel like this public back and forth is not going to go the way that you think it's going to go, because you're not denying that what has been released is false. You're basically saying it's misleading, or the way that the process of how it came out, or how some things are coming out after the fact with these investigations and everything else, you don't like how it's being done and how it's making you look, because you specifically are talking about how we're a well-educated professional couple. But if you're doing anything that is deemed fraudulent, all that goes out the window, you guys. If you are trying to add up 57 items to potentially get a $450,000 payday from an insurance claim, that is a red flag. If you are trying to apply through multiple different insurance agencies to try to get some shmoney, that is a red flag. If you took any payout from the insurance company that did authorize, this alleged burglary with no burglars and all of the things, it is a red flag. And then you have the audacity to continue to stunt on social media, continue to be dripped from head to toe as if this case is not a big deal. And you're playing in the face of the state of Maryland. You're playing in the face of the state of Carroll County and everything else in Maryland. They're not going to play that when they've already set the tone with the presser after your guys' arrest, that they were not playing any games, they were not going to be disrespected, they were not going to be made a fool. So fighting back, I get it. The legal team is doing what the legal team needs to do. But y'all acting like y'all been quiet this whole time. Y'all acting like y'all weren't threatening to block people. Y'all were very arrogant, and that is going to piss people off that is trying to try this case. Because you're still trying to keep up an image, but you need to throw that out the window and let things play out in the court. But you're so concerned about all of these things that are coming out instead of letting it play out via the court system. You want to go back and forth in a PR war with the state of Maryland, with Carroll County, and that's not the right move. Because they're going to keep, releasing stuff now because you've pissed them off. You've pissed them off. You have questioned their authority. You've questioned their integrity. You've questioned the way that they're doing things. So they're going to continue to play in your face until your court date. Make it make sense. Unless some type of emergency order gets approved within the next 24 hours, I don't see this ending well for Wendy and Eddie Asefo, or AKA Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy. I don't see this ending well, but thinking getting back in a public back and forth is going to go in your favor when y'all have been arrogant once everything has come out. Instead of just being silent and letting your lawyers do their jobs, you're not helping your case. You're not helping the situation because they can use this against you in court. That you've been aggressive, that you've been moving out on social media, that you've been digitally altering photos and trying to blur out photos of the alleged items that potentially were on the list of items that were burglarized, and all of these things. They got all your tea. So you can't turn it around and get pissed off when you should have just stayed down. You should have stayed down, locked down your social media, tend to your family. Thanksgiving is next week. Tend to your kids. But instead, you're more concerned about how you are being perceived by the public, and that is not a war you want to go into, especially when you don't know what other receipts that they got out here that is going to continue to embarrass you and humiliate you. Make it make sense. So there's that. That is it. That is all. Es todos, es final, es finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.